Football is a team sport, and there is no I in the team. But as Kobe Bryant said, but there is me. Well, football is a game in which you need to trust your team, and then only you would be able to play a great game. And yes, we all know that it takes time to trust your team. Trust is so important that if it's not there, then even the most outstanding player would just play a mild game. Just imagine Ronaldo and Messi playing on the same team, but they don't trust each other. Do you think that they would be able to give us the game of our life? No, right? But if they have trust in each other, then oh boy, that game would be something else. But there is one more thing with trust. You always risk betrayal when you trust someone. Yes, that's a lot of psychology for one day, but there are a lot of players who betray their clubs. Who are they? Why do they do that? And what were the consequences? Today, we are talking about 5 football players who cheated on their club. So let's just gear up and wear our favorite jerseys and find it out. But before we start, I'd like to tell you that the purpose of this video is not to defame any player, and this video is purely for knowledge and entertainment purposes. So I don't want you guys to start up a debate in the comment section. With that note, let's get right into it. First, we have Wayne Rooney. Since he was just a little kid, he supported and wanted to be in Everton. Well, you can even say that Everton is one of the reasons why Rooney even dreamt of being a football player. During his entire childhood, he lived near the club. He was also one of those people who joined Everton's youth system, and at that time he was just 11 years old. With his exceptional skills, he impressed both the fans and also the manager. This is the reason why he secured a place in the playing 11 of the team. All his life, this is something that he dreamt of, and when he got the opportunity, he was loyal and dedicated to his team. In the early days of his career, he was really dedicated to the club. After scoring the final of the FA Youth Cup, he revealed his shirt and said, "Once blue, always blue." Blue referred to the club Everton. This told us how much dedicated to the club and that this club means so much to this. But all this changed in just a matter of 2 years. It just blew up in the thin air, just like your love disappeared forming. I feel you, Everton. He changed this big motto for big money. He switched to Manchester United as they were offering him good money. Now, it's not something that's wrong, but when you say for life and then do something like this, then, my man, it is a problem. Well, that wasn't all the fans respected his decision, but he failed to appreciate the club that supported him in the early days of his career. And many Everton fans were angry at him when he kissed the United badge in front of the Everton fans after scoring against Everton. Guess once blue will turn red someday. On number 4, we have someone who is forgotten in the pages of history, but we won't forgetting this legend, obviously. We're talking about Mo Johnston. Well, he just switched club once, but what he did was damn. He was the player of Scottish club Celtic, and then he switched to a French club, Nantes, and then 2 years later, he decided to come back to Scotland. Many fans wanted him to come back to Celtic. He had scored more than 50 goals for Celtic from 1984 to 1987, and also helped the team to win the Scottish Cup. Even in an interview, he said, "Celtic are the only club I want to play for." Well, when you make such a statement, you boost the fans to believe that you're coming back. And then he betrayed them all when he got a more lucrative contract. This contract was offered to him by Rangers, and he just got tempted by the contract and he took a U-turn. Now, this decision caused a lot of displeasure to both fans and the club. Also, Rangers fans burning their Rangers scarves and threatening to hand in their season tickets over the signing. And Celtic fans referring to Johnston as Judas for inexplicably turning on the club. He won the trust of many players with his exceptional skills. He was able to score 46 goals in 100 matches for the club and also helped them to win 2 major titles and also the Scottish Cup. Still, he has to live with the consequences of the decision he made, and to this day he's facing them. On number 3, got Ashley Cole, or what his haters like to call him, Cashley, or the player who everyone loves to hate. He's a player who was surrounded by controversies all the time. So where did these series begin? Well, it all started with a tapping out meeting with Jose Mourinho and Peter Kenyon of Chelsea. When the officials found out about this sort of meeting, then all the parties that were involved were heavily fined. Even Cole's agent got his license suspended for 18 months. And it's a long time. This was the time when he became a part of the controversy for the first time. It was big news, and this is where fans started to hate him. But this is not where it all ends. After this, Cole signed a one-year extension to his original contract with Arsenal. But later on, when he rejected Arsenal's contract as he was getting a much more lucrative offer from Chelsea, this is the time when almost everyone started to hate him. And I won't blame them. When you get so much involved in controversies, then what else you can expect from the football fans? According to Cole, he felt insulted by the Arsenal's offer as they were offering him a wage that was below his pay grade. In the future, Cole claims that he forgave Arsenal for doing that to him, but fans are a different story. They eventually never forgave Cole, and he got constant booing whenever he plays a match in the Emirates Stadium and the Ashburton Grove. Well, I don't have any idea who's wrong in the story, but ultimately, he left his club. On number 2, we got Luis Figo. Surprised to see him on this list. I feel sad that one of the greatest players of the history of football is getting this spot on the list. Somehow, he deserves it. If someone would have told me about this about 2 hours ago, then I would have said, shut up. But yes, this is the fun part of making these kinds of lists. You never know who's going to pop up on which spot, and trust me, I'm as surprised as you are. So, why does such a great player like him deserves the title of betrayal? Well, this is what you get when you leave your club and go to the team of your biggest rival. Luis Figo left Barcelona and moved to Real Madrid, and we all know that these two clubs are always in the competition. He was one of the most loved players of Barcelona, and then he moved to Madrid. He received massive hate. But even if they hate him, they can't stop respecting him. After spending 3 years with Real Madrid, he came back to his home Barcelona, They sorted out everything that was there, and he was back with Barcelona. A happy ending, I would say. So, who is the one who's on the top of this list? Well, the answer is Sol Campbell. His story is not very different from Rooney's, and he didn't jump into the rival team. It wasn't Campbell's decision to leave Tottenham that caused Spurs fans to hate him. They understood that a player of his caliber deserved to play with a club playing in the Champions League. But to join the team's arch-rivals, and on a free transfer too, that was just too cruel, and rightly earned him the tag of Judas by Spurs supporters. And now you guys tell us in the comments which one of these is your favorite. This was all for today. But as there's always something more to learn about football, here are some videos you can't see. On the left, we have 7 football records that'll never be broken. And on the right, we have 5 football players who almost died. I look forward to seeing you there. Bye-bye.